I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
On today's episode of One Minute Reaction, we're talking to Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba episode 10, Together Forever. I knew something was off. I mean, these demons were strong, but they weren't end-all be-all strong. So coming off last week's episode, Tanjiro was able to make a couple demon friends, Miss Tamiyo as well as Yoshiro. They have the same goal, take down Muzan Kabatsuji and find a cure for demonification. Just as their conversation was just getting pretty deep, who butts in? Yes, 2 demons sent after Tanjiro's head, both the Tamari and the Arrow Demon. Last week's episode, we saw Tanjiro get a decisive hit on the Arrow Demon, cutting off his head, but unfortunately he was able to get off one last move. Yes, this multi-directional arrow, sending Tanjiro flying every which way. Luckily he was able to stop the momentum using the water-style slicing techniques. This was taking a major toll on his body though. He is just pure exhaustion, so much so that he can't even hold his own sword. He has to put it in his mouth. Very Zoro-esque right there. And he begins his long crawl to the other battlefield. If I would have to pick someone to showcase in this episode, it's definitely Nezuko. We get not only her lovable, cute, warm side, we get this awesome, badass, demonic side. So taking on the Tamari Demon, Yoshiro is having a little bit of trouble. He can go invisible, but the Tamari Demon just uses the bouncing of the balls to create this giant dust storm. She can see the movement, so basically your invisibility means crap all. So much so to the point where he's about to get his head blasted off by one of the balls, and who steps in? Nezuko. Now Nezuko last episode got her leg blown off, but now she can actually handle it. She's getting stronger. Even Lady Tamiyo and Yoshiro are commenting on the speed at which she's gaining this strength is pretty unfathomable. We get this awesome back and forth between Tamari and Nezuko, and although Nezuko gets the last laugh when it comes to that little altercation, Tamari's basically not doing, she's not going full force. Right before she admits that hey, I'm gonna go all out, Lady Tamiyo steps in, she uses her blood ability, getting the Tamari Demon to actually activate Kabatsuji's curse. Now we've heard this before that both, whoever he changes into a demon, Muzan Kabatsuji plants a curse in them. I don't know exactly what that was, but obviously if you utter his name or, maybe just tray him in general, his cells left over in your body are going to basically turn on you. We see it here with the Tamari Demon. She sprouts more arms coming from her belly, chest, and mouth, and those arms basically crush her skull and just eviscerate her. All that's left is her kimono stained with a little bit of her blood, as well as a hand and an eyeball. The eyeball is important. Tamiyo actually explains that these 2 demons were not part of the 12 demon moons. Those demons have numbers etched into their eyeballs. Either they were tricked into thinking that they were part of this upper echelon, or they just had high expectations, high hopes to be one of Muzan's trusted demons. I also want to point out at this point, as the sun is coming up, Tanjiro is left outside with the corpse of the Tamari Demon, and actually it begins to talk. Mari, she's asking for the ball back. Tanjiro and his warm-natured soul go over there, and now it's saying, play with me, play with me. He admits that she's nothing more than just a child, and this is what Muzan does to people who, revere him. He is despicable, like he's worse than trash. Just another reason to, reaffirm his goal that I'm gonna take this guy down. He is just pure evil. Like I said earlier, we get to see 2 sides of Nezuko. We saw the battle beforehand, and this side we get to see her warm-natured side. Even though they are demons and the hypnosis we're supposed to work on, seeing humans is good, demons is bad. Nezuko saw her little brother and Yoshiro and her mother and Tamiyo, gives them just this lovingly hug, trying to pat Yoshiro on his head, and Tanjiro trying to explain to them, as I guess Nezuko sees you as humans, sees you as our mother. This makes Tamiyo cry and go as far as to, she's like, hey, why don't I'll take her in, she can stay with us, it'll probably be more safe than taking her to the battlefield. Nezuko grabs Tanjiro's hand as he's thinking it over, and nope, these 2 are gonna stay together till it's over. Now Tanjiro and Nezuko have moved on. It's time for their next mission, go southwestern, as the crow is screaming in Tanjiro's ear. Who do they come across? Yes, it's one of those candidates from the Demon Slayer exams. He is literally begging a girl to marry him, saying he could die any second. It's cringy and hilarious, and honestly, this character has me so freaking intrigued. I cannot wait for future episodes.